You're cranky today. You're in no kind of a good mood. By the way, I was pounding on the window last night yelling at those people. It's still Rocktober. It's still Rocktober.
Didn't work for you, did it?
No.
They didn't take those trees down.
But I did like yelling and screaming on the street like a maniac.
I had a nightmare night last night that I wasn't even expecting.
Boy sex gone bad?
No, not boy sex gone bad.
Did you not get a reach around?
It had nothing to do with sex. This had to do with relatives. Relatives in from... No sex. Relatives in
That's
from
incest.
Canada.
Facts. That's insects.
So I had the...
oh, yeah, that's right. You told us yesterday you had your Canuck relatives in.
Yeah, cousins that I hadn't even met. 2 cousins. One of them brought their husband.
See, I don't understand that. How do you meet people that you've never met? You made it to this far in your life.
Right.
So any cousin is not close at that point.
Yeah, and I should clarify this. You know, not first cousins, more or less like my mother's cousins. And my aunt was in town. They're on some sort of tour of New York City, so they...
Yeah, that's never been done much. What is it, a bus tour?
Yeah, exactly. The bus from Canada to New York City, then bus tour around the city.
Yeah.
So my mother calls me up and insists that I go meet with them, that I have a lunch, a dinner, something
How old
with
are
them.
these people?
They are all in their 60s.
All right, so,
My aunt, I believe, is in her 70s.
All right, so these people made it to their 70s and never once got it into their crawl. Hey, who's Toddy Boy? Maybe I should send him a present when he's 5 or 10. Now they decide to meet you at this point of their life.
Right, because now they're on this tour and they think, oh, we're connected. We know somebody that lives in New York City.
We know somebody in the Big Apple.
Sure. So that's going to show us something spectacular that we won't get on the tour. Like,
Now-
what do I know?
Now you're Regis. I know you could not call a guy who stays in his house more.
I would have to ask them where to find the Empire State Building.
So what happens? How do you even talk to them? Your mom does the in-between work?
Yeah, so my mom gives my number to the relatives who are calling me saying, hey,
jeez.
we're in town Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, let's get together.
I don't even, first of all, my mom doesn't even feel close enough to me to call, let alone hand my number out to some relative I've never heard of before.
So my mother's telling them to call me. We're in town these 3 days. I put it off to the last day, Wednesday, because
Right.
they're back on a bus to Canada today.
First of all, what a trip that is, a bus from Canada to the city.
Just joy. So I decided, I meet them.
Hey, high rollers, how's that bus trip?
So they took one of those Circle Line boat
course.
tours around the island of Manhattan.
Of course they did.
Any cheesy touristy thing they could possibly do.
The double-decker thing. So they're
Right.
seeing New York, but they're actually not in New York. They're treating it like it's a goddamn zoo.
They don't have to touch any of New York.
It's one of those safari zoos where you see the natives in their natural habitat.
So I figure, all right, I will meet them for dinner. I meet
Okay.
them for dinner, 8:30 last night, Midtown Manhattan.
Right.
Nice restaurant. I figure, all right, here come the cousins.
What restaurant you go to?
We went to one of the Shelley's restaurants, the Red Eye Grill,
Okay.
on 56th and 7th.
The tourists will love that one.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's a great-looking place.
Yeah.
The food's good. It's perfect for them.
And for whatever reason, it's like the media center. There's always a lot of TV people eating in there, like news people.
I was really hoping Katie Couric was sitting at a table there having a post-CBS Evening News meal where they could see her, and then it's like, oh, Toddy Boy, got us Katie Couric. Then I'm a big effing hero.
We did see Katie Couric eating in there one day.
So I said, all right, I call up my aunt, and I tell the cousins, meet me there at 8:30. I'd love to take them to dinner.
Sure.
So I'm nice enough to do that.
All right. Already, when you say I'm nice enough,
Yeah.
this didn't go well.
It does not go well.
Yeah.
These Canadian animals,
Yeah.
they know I'm taking them out to dinner now.
You're on the tab.
Yeah. They go frickin' ape shit in this restaurant. I couldn't believe it. There was no restraint whatsoever when you're someone's guest. I don't understand it.
What did they start with?
Well, first the waitress comes over and says, can I get anyone anything from the bar?
Yeah.
So, I expected maybe a beer. So,
Right.
maybe they'll get some beers or, even a martini, something like that. They all order pina coladas.
Boat drinks.
And I'm thinking,
Toddy boys buying boat drinks. These fuckers would never buy a pina colada on their own nickel.
no, I'm thinking, we're in a Midtown Manhattan restaurant. What the hell are you doing ordering cruise ship specials? The waitress actually looked at them and said, I don't know if we can do that.
How can you not make a pina colada if you're in a bar?
So she had to check, if they had everything to make a pina colada.
Get the Buffett book out and check it.
So
already, I bet you're running the tab in your head. You got a calculator because you don't know this about facts. Fez, he's the cheapest human being on the planet. The fact that you didn't take them to graze papaya for some dogs is beyond me. And they probably would have loved it.
Yeah, and it's like, for a draft beer, it's like $6,
right.
$7 for a beer in Manhattan, especially in Midtown there. And I'm thinking, pina coladas, these things got to be going for $25 a piece. And then it's appetizers, and it's salads, and it's more than one appetizers, and they all are having the frickin' surf and turf. Just ordering whatever they could off of the menu.
Give us the grand total. What did it come to?
This thing was $350. It's not funny. Before the tip.
You fucking... first of all, Fez is one of those guys like in the movies where there's a moth coming out of his wallet pocket. He doesn't touch his wallet.
No, and these are people, 3 of the 4 of them, I don't even know. I've never met until that night.
Now, did you try to go light to try to set an example? You're just going, oh no appetizer for me.
Yeah, you know me, I had my Cobb salad. I wasn't even having a steak. No red meat, no seafood.
First of all, Fez never even orders food unless Wiki's got the corporate card, and then he's... Now you know what Wiki feels like next to you.
Wiki can expense it.
You're their Wiki.
I should have had them on the show so I could have expensed it. Just call in for 2 seconds, Aunt Pat, so I can expense this thing to XM. That we get, then it's like they stuff their faces, and the drinks are flowing. They asked for some drink called a Bloody Caesar that I had never even heard of.
It's a big Canadian drink, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's like a clam juice and Worcestershire sauce. And
what kind of sauce?
Worcestershire sauce.
Oh, my God, you struggle with your own language.
And vodka.
What is your native tongue?
English.
I lost that bet.
So, they're just stuffing themselves to the gills.
Mm-hmm.
Then they bring the dessert menu out. So I'm thinking, they're all going to say, no, I'm too full for dessert. They couldn't possibly get dessert in their faces. They all order dessert. Instead of that thing of like, hey, here's something, let's get this for the table. Let's order a couple of things.
And give us 4 forks.
Right, and everyone will just eat off of it. Here comes these 4 giant desserts now. And I am just seeing the cash register spin in my mind.
So the whole thing took you over $4.
Yeah.
Of people that you never even met before.
Yeah.
You should have knocked the fucking table over.
That I was forced to do, that my mother insisted I take these people out to eat. Her relatives, I guess they're mine, but still, more her cousins than mine. She's met them, I haven't. I'm sitting there with strangers. I should have taken 4 homeless people off the street and said, hey guys, let's live it up.
This could make a great children's book. Cheapy picks up the tab.
Over $400 by the time I was done getting out of there.
Bob, you're on Running Fez.
Hey, Fez, how are you sitting down today? Because your asshole must really hurt from pulling that wallet out of there.
First of all, his wallet pocket is tighter than his asshole. That is a fucking fact. You couldn't slip a fucking dick into his wallet pocket. That thing is sealed with crazy glue.
If I had the money, Ronnie, I'd spend it.
You got your communion money, you cheap prick. You're the cheapest man I've ever met in my life.
You don't know when a rainy day's coming along.
You are frugal, and I'm saying that as a guy who works the same place as Opie. You are unbelievably cheap.
This will come out of any sort of money that I was going to spend on my mother's Christmas present. You know what? That's her gift. That's her gift now, because I had to take her family out to eat.
Now, did you put on a big deal and let everybody see the $4?
Oh,
Did you act like, wow, 400?
When they brought the check, I thought for sure one of these cheap-ass Canadians would say, you know what, that's too much. you know, let us, here's some money. That check sat there so long before I finally made a move for my wallet, just thinking one of them would do the right thing.
Hey, Randy, you're on Run of Fez.
Big S307, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
While you eating, Fez, were you counting how much dancing shrimp you got when you got it?
That's true. This is your payback for acting like a cheap bastard yesterday that you should get 5 pieces of shrimp and 5 scallops with any meal.
Yeah,
and remember, those shrimps can cost $3 a piece.
I think these were about $30 a piece last night.
Eric, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
I wanted to ask Fez, which was a more miserable experience, taking out your relatives or taking out Elfish? See ya.
Eric, you nailed it on the head. I was with 4 Canadian Elfishes last night. That is it. The way they were drinking it up, eating it up, and just expecting to walk out scot-free.
Here's the thing. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, Fez told us that he counts the fucking squares on toilet paper rolls. This is how cheap he is. He's like one of those old ladies that lives, and then you find out they're fucking worth millions after they die, and you're like, why did she live with all those cats and fucking shopping bags?
And then they leave it to the SPCA.
Yeah.
Not even to a person.
And the other thing about you, Fez, is you don't even leave your fucking house after dark.
No, I don't like to go out at night.
First of all, I think you did the right thing. I think they went out and had a lovely meal, and you should feel good about yourself.
The right thing?
Yeah.
Spending almost $500 on people I don't know is the right thing?
This thing has went from $350 to $500. I know you didn't throw out $150 as a tip, you cheap prick.
Oh, no. I was sitting there. I was writing on a napkin, on a cloth napkin, trying to figure out exactly what 15% was.
15? It's 18, you cheap prick.
Oh, I owe that woman some money.
You did look like a table full of Canadians.
Oh, and they kept telling the waitress we're from Canada, like she gives a flying rat's ass.
You don't need to work, Blue. Seriously. I can't work if you're going to curse through the whole show. You all right now?
No, I'm ticked. And here's the thing. I'm going to get that credit card bill in a few weeks. And I'm going to see it, and it's all going to come flowing right back to me.
This is the fucking happiest I've been.
Do not be happy about this.
Because you live your life too cheaply.
I do not. I like to save my money. I don't like to throw it away on strangers. Maybe some loved ones. These were just ones. They weren't loved. They were just ones.
Well, now they're your relatives. Now they're your people.
And then, we had the best time, eh?
Oh, stop making fun of their culture. You took a couple of ladies out. You had some laughs. You had some boat drinks. Who's not going to enjoy that?
Oh, and they're telling me, if you're up in Canada, it's our turn to buy.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to get a frickin' halibut or something. You know I'm not even getting close to what I paid if I go to Canada. I ought to do it. I ought to get on a plane, fly to Canada next week, and just start living it up on their dime. And I'd end up paying for it, too. I know it. I know it would backfire on me.
Now I don't mind those Christmas trees up. Christmas has come early for me. Finally once, you see what it's like.
This is not a gift. This was a rape.
If anything, now start to enjoy your money. You made it. You earned it. Spend it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So, the tab comes. They know it's going to be huge. They've seen the prices on the menu and have the nerve to say to me, you must be doing all right for yourself in that radio job. Like they want to know how much money I'm making that I can afford to take the idiot quartet out to eat at this place.
But Fez, it's true. You do make enough money to have that night. What's the big deal? Live a little.
People are going to keep expecting it.
What, they're going to be back in a couple of weeks?
Oh, they'll be back. Now they have my number.
JJ, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, buddies, I just wondered, Fez sounds like such a miserable bastard. What's his idea of a good night, going out, splurging, having a good time, and you can sit at home and just say you enjoyed it instead of feeling guilty about it?
I'm going to tell you the truth, JJ. There's no such thing as an enjoyable night out for Fez splurging. Yes, if it's on somebody else's nickel, like the Christmas party he goes crazy for.
Love it.
If Wiki's taking us out with a corporate card, he's at,